Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
That's it, baby. We gon' run. At their own 18-yard line.
Check out. Line 675. Line 40. Easy, easy. Alert, alert.
Check.
Protein spill. Shit.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's third down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
Line 622.
54. Army.
12.
Play action, it's locked. Now a hit and lock, lost the football, it's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, alert.
Check. Lucky.
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, high 7.
51, Mike 51. Watch the blast.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Check out. 12.
Mixon with a first down carry. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 33 and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set the 12, fellas. Here we go. 11. Sit.
Hey, watch it. Hey, switch to
21. Here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
12, fellas. Here we go.
watch it.
1, Omaha. Go ahead.
Garoppolo, maybe a free play. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
11.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
11. Hey, box truck.
51, Mike 51. Watch the pass.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get the ball.
12.
Out of the gun, Love. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Here we go.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Like 20.
Switch up. 25. Check 25. Kill.
21.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Let's do this.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a give coming right is Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
White. 12. Go ahead.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Check out. 380.
Coming this way. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Love. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll run with Mixon. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Get in the weight room. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Strip the ball.
A shotgun snap for Lott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Check 4. 12. 12.
Here's Lott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
11.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw, Lott. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
21. Switch. 2.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
Here we go.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check nickel.
Dig. Slant.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
4 down.
Hey, orbit. Hey, alert.
Kill.
Garoppolo again. And his throw is incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to Samuel. 23 yards, the final tally. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
54.
Hey, Alpha. Check.
After the interception, it's Love. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. The final shot before the break. Luck under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Breida, he'll try the right side. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
21. Here we go. Lock.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. On first down, here's Breida. And he's got this down to the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey, come on.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Slow, fellas. Here we go. Watch twist. Lock. 11. 26.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
At the Niners' 34-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
All day. All 12. Any day.
Throwing is Love. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
11. Hey, Charlie.
On 1st down, it's Love. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now Love. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Hey, exit.
Mike 54. Go.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Squeeze, double.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Here we go.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, alert!
Check.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Breida. He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go. 180! 11.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are back within a single score. So they get the score still down. The bottom line is they kept themselves in the game.
They did keep hope alive, Brandon. That's exactly what they did. Now they've got to deliver and finish things off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Brings us 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Right there. All day, baby.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I got you.
12.
And he almost had it defensively. could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Breida, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They run again with Breida, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Wait.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Check 15. 2.
Here's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 21.
I got you, boy.
Small.
951. They can't hang with us.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do it.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Check out. 390. Mike 54. I'm coming.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yeah. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
12.
Now it's Luck. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
13.
Check out.
White. Stick. Get hot.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Alert 3.
21. 65.
You got tape.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to take him down.